Hello, this is immigration attorney and talent manager Sherrod Seward, responding to a great question about Muay Thai athletes and what category is best for them to come to the United States. Uh, of course, it depends on why. In this particular case, we understand that the Muay Thai athletes are coming to coach and do seminars as opposed to just compete in competitions. For that reason, the P1 visa is out, and we're now looking at the O1 visa, which is for extraordinary ability foreign nationals, and we're looking at the P3 visa, which is for cultural significance. And the question is, which one's the best? Well, the best one to get is the O1 if they qualify. If they're high enough achievement that they've done great things that would put them in the top of their field when they were competing, or even as coaches now that when they're done competing and have continued to contribute to their sport, we would do the O1. The O1 gets 3 years, that's why it's really good. And it also has a great breadth of flexibility when it comes to work authorization. So you can do seminars, you can do coaching, you could even compete if you want to. There's a lot you can do with that. The thing with the O1 is just more expensive. To do an O1 application, you're usually looking around $10,000 in legal fees on top of the filing fees that are there for each athlete. Now, sometimes you can do an O1 visa for one of the athletes, and if they have rapport together, you can get the other athletes there as essential support staff, which will usually run you around $2,000 per individual, and you can put multiple individuals on a single essential support staff application. So if the best one of them gets an O1, then the rest, if they try to train together or have some rapport together, you can put the rest of them on an O2 visa application based on that O1. And there would only be really 2 filing fees that you're doing, one for the O1 and one for the O2s. The second way to do it is, say, for example, if there's a budget constraint, or if there is no one of those athletes that have the background to get the O1 themselves, then of course you can look at the P3 in this circumstance. The P3 is appropriate when there is a cultural tie to that particular nation of the activity taking place. In this case, Muay Thai originates from Thailand, where they're from, and is the national sport of the country. Not only does it have the sport kind of acumen, but it's also very intrinsically bound into the fabric of how the spirit of the country works. People from all over the world come to Thailand to learn Muay Thai skills because that's where it was born, and that's where the best training can happen. So definitely there is a pathway for the P3 to be used in this circumstance. Now we'll talk on the practical side of it. So the P3, unfortunately, is only available for a year at a time. And it still takes pretty significant documentation to do these visas. So even though the P3 is only good for a year, it really takes about the same amount of work as an O1 in many cases to get it through. For that cases, a lot of time it prices out of what people are willing to pay on the legal fees for doing a P3. So what we do is sometimes at the talent agency, we'll take on a consulting role in bringing in athletes and helping them find opportunities. So if it was something where you're looking at the P3, it probably wouldn't be with the law firm. It would probably be something that would need to be sponsored on an individual basis by the talent agency, which has its own fee, which is much less, and the talent agency would apply on its own for those particular visas. Now, the thing about the P3 is that you can apply for multiple persons on the same filing. So if you have individuals that have rapport with each other, they can be brought on a single P3 application for multiple beneficiaries, which further helps with the cost of doing this. So that's the best how to answer your question. If there is one with the background and the resources are there, the O1 is the longer option and the most robust. If there is a budget concern and there's a background concern where not any of the athletes would be eligible for their own O1 visa, then the P3 on a consulting basis might be the most applicable option. So I hope this was helpful to everybody out there, and especially the person that asked this question. And we look forward to doing more in Muay Thai.